Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Tank be chopping, and on this video, we gonna be doing a 4 and a mid fade. Let's get it. All right, guys, so like I said, we're going to be doing a number 4 on top. And as y'all can see, I got my number 4 on my wall magic clips. And what I'm doing is I'm going over the top. And as y'all can see, I'm going to go over the top a good amount of times, going in different directions. That way we get it all down to that desired length, and we don't have to come back later and go over it more. So that's what I like to do at the beginning of my cuts is whatever the top length is, I go over it a good amount of times. For one, like I said, it helps me make sure that everything is down to that length, nice and even. And that way I don't have to come back later on and re-go over the top again if I leave any hairs. But now what I'm doing right here is I got my number 3 guard on my clipper, and I'm basically debulking, blending into that number 4. So I guess you can say it's a little bit of, a down fading technique, but I'm using my number 3 guard, just blending into the top of the hair. That way it makes it easier for me. I know that I only have to blend into number 3 instead of thinking like, man, I got to blend all the way to number 4. It just helps me out a little bit. So that's why I like to do it when I'm doing my haircuts. So now as y'all can see, I am taking that wall detailer and we're punching in our bald guideline going all the way around the head, and then we're gonna take off all that excess hair. And in case y'all are interested, guys, I'm not sure if Wall still has these on their website, but you can go to wallpro.com and use my discount code TANK15 and you'll save yourself 15% now. So before it was TANK10, you were saving 10%. Now with my discount code TANK15, you'll save a little bit more money, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all interested, y'all can go to wallpro.com, or you can go to fwbarbersupply.com and use my discount code TANK10 on their website. And that goes for anything on fwbarbersupply.com. Tools, clippers, any equipment, anything you need on the website, you can use my discount code TANK10 at fwbarbersupply.com. But now moving on back into this haircut, as you can see, I am taking my shaver. This is my Gold FX1, and all I'm doing is taking the sides down to that razor length. Basically, the razor just leaves it a little cleaner, a little shorter, a little smoother, and it helps the haircut last a little longer, you know what I'm saying? I say a little longer because it's literally probably like an extra day, day and a half, maybe 2 days, depending on how fast someone's hair grows. But for the most part, it's just gonna leave it looking nice for, a little longer. But I do want y'all to pay attention to the closer I get to that initial bald guideline, I start relieving some pressure. I don't know if y'all can tell with the video, but I start relieving some pressure. That way that line isn't too hard to get out when it comes to, blending that line in later on in the haircut. All right, so now that we got the shaver done with, I'm taking my clipper, once again, that wall magic clip. I got my lever all the way open, and what I'm doing here is I'm setting in my next section, and we're gonna be coming up about 3/4 of an inch or so, setting in that section in. And as y'all can see, I'm going over it just to make sure that I have it all down to that length and that I have a pretty decent straight line. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be the straightest section, but you want it to be pretty, pretty decent and pretty straight. But now my next step is my 1 guard lever open, creating another section, using a slight flick out motion, just trying to blend into some of the work I did earlier. And once that is done, we're gonna move on and we're going in with our number 2 guard lever open. And this number 2 guard lever open is basically gonna blend into that work that I did earlier. So if y'all remember earlier, we did a 4 on top and then a 3 on the sides. So my 2 open should basically blend into that number 3. And that's what I'm basically trying to make it do here. And I'm gonna have to close my lever, which makes it a true 2, because with the lever open, it is a 2.5. But with my lever closed, as y'all saw me do right there, the lever is now closed, and now this makes this a true 2. And what I'm doing is blending down a little more, and it's not gonna get that line out completely. I'm still gonna have to go in with my 1.5 guard, but I'm trying to get it all down to that length and try to get it as clean as possible before I actually decide to move on to my 1.5 guard. All right, so now, like I was saying earlier, I was gonna take my 1.5 guard, and that is this guard here. My lever is open, and I'm just gonna adjust my lever closed. I'm gonna play with that lever if I need to, lever open and close, to get that line in this blend to become completely erased. As y'all can see me there doing some lever play. And then I'm moving back down to my number 1 guard, lever closed. trying to get rid of this line in this section down here. And then we're gonna just do a little bit of lever play to polish that blend up a little bit. And now I'm going in with my half guard halfway open, and I'm gonna start to just, I don't know if I said I'm gonna start to adjust my lever close little by little, working at this line. And as you can see here, that line is starting to become more and more erased. And then once that is done, I'm gonna move on to taking care of this bottom last section, the very bottom line. And we're gonna start off with our clipper halfway closed or halfway open, however you wanna look at it. And we're gonna start working this bottom line. So we're not trying to go up as high as we did with the lever all the way open. However, I am going into the blend a little bit, and then I'm adjusting my lever closed, working my way down little by little. So the more I close my lever, the more I'm gonna be working that bottom part of this blend. And as y'all can see here, that blend is coming together. I don't have to do a lot of detail work, luckily, on this haircut, but I am gonna detail it a little bit here in a minute. All I'm doing right now is, I guess it's basically some detail work, but I'm detailing the bottom of this blend, just adjusting my lever as needed to get this bottom part of the blend to look nice and blurry. And that's basically what I'm doing here. Is gonna keep doing that a good amount of time until it looks the way I want it to look. And then what I'm doing here is I'm using my trimmer to get rid of that bottom line. And now that that is done, I'm gonna go in, do a little bit of detail work with my half guard. And as y'all can see here, the blend is looking good. Looking pretty good in my eyes. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this blend so far. But now that that is done, what I'm doing here is I'm taking my high vis trimmer, and I'm gonna let y'all know, man, this is actually a really good trimmer. I know a lot of people be sleeping on wall, but that high vis trimmer, man, that thing's a hitter, bro. But we're setting in our lineup, making sure that this line is nice and sharp. Then we're gonna hit that vertical bar. He's got a little bit of a C cup there, so we are gonna hit it up a little bit and then do a little bit more detail work. Now what I'm doing is I'm gonna spray some enhancements on my client just to make this front lineup pop a little more. So I am using that Temptation by Kiss. And we're just gonna spray it a little bit, but we're not holding the can too close. If you hold the can too close, it can leave too much paint and look really fake and just like really look blotched on there. And obviously that's not what I'm trying to do. So I'm making sure that I hold the can about you know, nine inches away. I know that's a weird number, right? But we're holding it a good distance away from the hairline. That way it doesn't look too dark and look too fake. You know, we're just gonna go over the front, making sure that it all looks nice and even with that Temptation. Then I'm gonna spray some hairspray, and then now I'm going back over the front lineup with some more enhancements. This is the hair fibers from Tomb 45. You can use my discount code TANK on tomb45.com also, but I'm just applying a little bit of hair fibers just so that this hairline looks a little sharper. And then once I do that, I'm gonna go in and basically re-edge them up. I mean, I'm just following the same edge up, but sometimes the hair fibers can spread the way they come out, and they get a little bit on the forehead. So I'm just going over it once again and making sure that it's nice and sharp. You know what I'm saying? We're making sure this lineup looks nice and sharp. And then after this, we're gonna go ahead and hit them with that razor just to get the final touches, the finishing touches, and really just make this haircut last a little longer. So as you saw me there, I locked it in with some more hairspray, and then we're finishing off this lineup with the razor. Now, I got a question for y'all. If y'all made it this far in this video, let me know down in the comments what y'all think about barbers not using the razor at the end of the cut. Do you think barbers should use the razor at the end of the cut? Or do you know any barbers that don't? And if you don't use the razor, are you really a barber? And the reason why I ask that is people say that on Instagram all the time. So if you don't use a razor on your cut, you leave it down in the comments and let me know if you're really a barber and you don't use the razor. Let me know down in the comments. But check it out, man. We're just finishing off this cut with that razor, making sure these lines look nice and razor sharp. And check it out, man. This is how my man came into the shop looking. This is the before look. And this is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book there. Also, if you want a discount on any of these tools, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com and use my discount code TANK10. Or if you saw your boy was using a lot of wall, you can go to wallpro.com and use my discount code TANK15 on wallpro.com. tutourial.com. Save yourself some money there also. But once again, guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about this cut in the comment section. And yeah, YouTube, that's basically it. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, and I'm out of here, man. Let's go.